What's up guys, hope you're having a great morning so far. But this video I want to basically tell you the basic ways of carb cycling and the most efficient way of how it's done and how it's done properly. The problem I'm seeing a lot of things on YouTube, and I'm struggling with this myself, is too many people are trying to complicate things and make it more harder and harder for people to understand it easier and correctly. So I'm going to try and explain this shit in the most easiest possible way that I can for you guys, because at the end of the day you do not need a master's degree to understand the scientific nutrition shit. But the main thing is, with me on my channel, I don't care who's wrong and who's right. I just care about results, and I don't care about your results. Right, so here guys, I've got the quickest and easiest demonstration I can, and the most simplest demonstrations I can for you guys. This cup and this container here are your muscle cells. Right, I broke this down so it's the most easiest, simplest way that I can prove it to you guys, carb cycling and how it works. So picture this glass right here as your bicep. This is your bicep muscle cell. Same with this container. This can also be your bicep set muscle cell. Right, and when we eat carbohydrates, at the moment I'm eating a high carb meal here. We have oats along with some eggs, but that's your protein, so you don't need to worry about that. But when we eat carbohydrates, they are stored in our liver and in our muscle cells as glycogen, sugar. So as we are eating our carbohydrates, the glycogen is filling into our muscle cells. So let me show you a demonstration here guys. This water here is the carbohydrates going into my muscle cells, filling up and making my muscle cells feel fuller. I'm just going to do it halfway there for you guys so you can see. So far there's my muscle cells. The water here is the carbohydrates filling into the muscle cells, trying to make the muscle look fuller. So with some people and most bodybuilders who are coming up to their competitions, a lot of the times they can wake up in the morning and they can look flat. And let's say for example this container, you're looking flat, you have no carbohydrates in you, you have no glycogen, you have no sugars into your muscles, so your muscles, they look flat. See the container, it looks flat. The majority of the time that you'll look your most flattest is in the morning, because the night before you have your last meal, say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever the time is, and then normally you have a 7 to 8 hour period where you haven't sleeping. Where you're sleeping, but obviously as the day goes on and you're eating more carbohydrates, your body will start becoming more fuller and fuller throughout the day. So what happens if you keep eating carbs throughout the day? So let me get my bottle again and demonstrate. The more carbs you're eating throughout the day, you're making your muscles look bigger and fuller. You're becoming a beast now. Let me just show you here. Right, so now we have a full glass. Here is a full muscle. This is your muscle cell at its fullest. All the carbohydrates are in the muscles, the glycogen, the sugar, and your muscle looks full. You look like a beast right now. But what happens when you carry on eating the carbohydrates? Let me show you. So once you've eaten all them carbohydrates and your muscles are at its fullest, what happens when you carry on eating carbohydrates? Right, now check this out guys, check this out. You see that? I'm going to make a mess here, see? See that now? It's all spilled over. You've eaten too many carbohydrates. Now the carbohydrates are all out of your muscle cells. Right, so if you keep eating your calories and you keep eating your carbohydrates and you're on a calorie surplus, yeah, what happens is your muscle cells can only store a certain amount of these glycogens, and once your muscle cells is completely full, it spills over. And see here, this turns into your body fat. So guys, when you're eating too many carbohydrates and your muscle cells can't fill up anymore and are at their fullest, it spills over into the rest of your body and turns into body fat. Right, so carbs are energy and fat is stored excess energy. A lot of people are carb sensitive nowadays because carbs are everywhere. It's so easy to eat carbs nowadays, so people get in the idea that fat makes you fat, processed food makes you fat, anything really. At the end of the day, anything can make you fat guys, right? So break it down. If your carbohydrates are too much for your body, they'll turn as fat. Excess energy turns to fat, okay? And this comes from any carbohydrates. If you're just eating over too many carbs throughout your day and your body can't hold on to any more of them, you're gaining fat and you're gaining weight as well. This is the opposite situation. If you're no longer eating any more carbs throughout your day, you're trying to starve yourself in your diets, your muscles are going to look flat. You're going to have nothing in them. There's going to be completely nothing. You're starving your body completely with glycogen and carbohydrates, so you look completely flat. And who wants to look flat? Right, so at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to find a medium to happy range of carbohydrates, and this is a demonstration of what I do for carb cycling. And again, guys, this doesn't mean that this is going to work for you lot. This is something you got to try out for your system and see if it works for you, right? But people say go on a low carbohydrate diet. Like I showed you earlier in the demonstration with that flat muscle cell, you don't want to do that because you're going to have nothing in your system at all. You want to find a medium to low carbohydrate diet, and then you're going to boost your carbohydrates right up. So once you've found the amount of calories and carbohydrates that you need throughout the day to lose some body fat, and I mean body fat, not body weight, you use this period for at least 3 to 4, maybe sometimes 5 days, depending on your body and how long that takes. This is carb cycling now. So you eat that low carbohydrate diet for at least, I say 3 to 5 days. Once you find out how many calories it is that you need throughout the day to lose that weight. So for example, with me, I'm a 200-pound guy at the moment, and for me, I'm eating around 175 grams to 200 grams of carbs per day, and at the moment I'm losing about a pound to half a pound a week. So as I'm lowering my carbs and I'm lowering my calories throughout the day, or as a long period of time for weeks and months, my body will go into a starvation mode, and what happens is my fat storage hormones will then start switching off. So I will be no longer burning fat, I'll look flat, I'll feel shit completely inside and outside. Right, so what I'll be doing at the moment, guys, to reboosting my metabolism and getting my metabolism up and running again, is I'll be doing 5 low carb days, and then I'll be doing 2 high carb days. My 5 low carb days will be around 175 to 200 grams of carbohydrates, and then my high carb days will be about 375 to 400 grams of carbohydrates. And again, like I demonstrated, this is my muscle cell, so that long period of time that I've been burning all that fat, excess body fat. Obviously, remember, it's not weight, it's body fat that I'm burning. My body is completely depleted. I have nothing left in my muscle cells. I have no glycogen, no sugar, so I'm looking flat. Like I said, I'm feeling horrible. So here's after that 5-day period. Let's say, for example, after the 5 days of the low carbohydrates, I start refilling my muscle cells again, and as the muscle cells fill up with the glycogen, my body and muscle cells start to look fuller again, as you can see. Obviously, you need to find out the carbs and calories that you need throughout the day to keep your body at a low body fat percentage, and then what you need to boost it. What I'm doing at the moment is around 175 to 200 grams of carbohydrates, because that is where I'm losing 0.5 to about a pound every week, and then I'm upping this about 70%, which is about 375 to 400 grams of carbs a day. So pretty much I'm just doubling. All I'm doing is doubling my carbohydrates on the 2 high carb days. So once I've done these 2 days of high carbohydrates, putting them into my system, my muscle cells are looking fuller, I'm feeling a lot more fuller, I'm getting a lot more energy within me. Then when it comes back to Monday, I'll repeat this cycle again, and I'll be going back to my 5 low carb days of 175 to 200 grams. And then come Friday, I've got no energy in me, I've got the lack of carbohydrates and glycogen in my system, I'm looking really flat, I'm feeling shit, and then I'll repeat this, and then Saturday, Sunday, I up my carbohydrates again by at least double what I was taking on the low carb days. So the art of this is, as I'm doing it, I'm gaining as much muscle as I can, while at the same time burning as much fat as I can as well. So the target of this is, like I say, is I'm losing body fat. I'm not losing body weight, I'm losing body fat. So as I'm losing that body fat, where I'm spiking my metabolism and going on them low carb days, and then boosting it up with a high carb day, I'm tricking the metabolism, I'm spiking it, I'm getting the fat cells going and fat storage burning and ticking over, and I'm losing that body fat. So my body fat percentage will be dropping per week, per month, depending on the different types of body type. And then at the same time, my muscle gains are increasing. But obviously, guys, it is a lot more complicated than that, and it's a lot more scientific detail into this, but this is the most simplest and most basic terms I could try and get across to you guys on carb cycling and how the body works, how it stores muscles, how it stores glycogen, how it builds muscle and loses fat. Right, so I hope this is a good example for you guys, and I hope this has explained a lot for those people that are looking to carb cycle and how to carb cycle. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please leave a like on this video. Subscribe for some more up-to-date videos coming up soon. I'll be posting a lot more tips and nutrition and workout plans for you guys. Hope you like it. Stay dedicated, and remember, yes, it's possible. Cheers, guys.